Well, I'm glad to be back with you. I've been thinking about this next subject for 3 or 4 days, and I wanted to make my opinions sound somewhat informed. Uh, and by the way, if you like my broadcast, please hit the like button and subscribe. That would mean a lot to me. Okay, can Trump win trade war? Well, yes, he can. We won't. We'll just stop it right there. But this trade war is with over 200 countries. And I looked it up on the chart. Some of them, the tariffs is not very much. Some of them is 40, 50, and 60%, which is not fair. And we need to bring a stop to it. So I think probably what's going to happen, um, the people in the know realize the best deal they're going to get from Trump is the people to come first. Then you'll have a domino effect and more people will come in. So I think that's what's going to happen. But the one I think the wild card, which I'm really worried about, is with China. And Gordon Chang thinks China could end up into a shooting war. Not with us necessarily. Probably they go in after the Philippines or Taiwan. But let's look at the deficits here. One half of the world's trade deficit is the good old USA. And one half of the surplus in the world is China. Now, China boasts that the GNP is 5%. Gordon Chang figures it's about zero, and it could possibly go south. So let's think, why are we going to have a shooting war here? Could we have a shooting war? Well, one of the things that especially the dictators can do, like to do, is to start a war because it's natural the countries will rally around them. They only stick with them so long. But in China, in the last 18 months, a lot of generals have been disappearing. That's common knowledge. So, which means they're into a little shakeup, and it just depends how he handles it. Hopefully, the president of China would not let his ego get in the way of judgment. I've mentioned before, if we were to go into a World War III, say that's awful, that's for lack of a better word. Remember, during the First World War, about 20 million people died. And Second World War, 50 million. That's not including people that were lost their lives in revolutions. If you were just take a straight ruler and run it up, extend it over 80 years, that means if we go into World War III, we're going to have 1.5 billion casualties around the world. Now, one of the benefits with Trump going into this tariffs is going to bring other companies, manufacturers back to the United States. Well, all they've been talking about was the jobs, and being fair. But the benefits they're not talking so much. To run a war successfully, we need to be able to produce ammo, tanks, planes, ships. And so let's look at what we had, and this is what's going to happen. Let's see. I'll give you a little something. During the Second World War, before that, there were 3 million automobiles manufactured in the U.S. In 1941, during the entire war, only 139 additional cars rolled off the assembly line. See, everything went to the war effort. Instead of automobiles, they built guns, trucks, tanks, aircrafts. The Ford Motor Company built bombers. Shipyards turned out entire fleets of aircraft carriers, battleships, destroyers, submarines, other vehicles. Another good example, the Lionel Toy Train Company started producing items for warships, including compasses. Ford Motor Company produced the B-24 Liberator bombers. Alcoa Aluminum Company produced airplanes. Here's a company that did upholstery nails before the war, and they switched to making cartridge clips for Springfield rifles. So we've got to bring industrial activity back to America. How great was it during the Second World War? During the worst day of that war, when many ships went down the North Atlantic, cargo ships, and ships that went down to the Pacific, the very worst day, our output was much more than went to the bottom of the ocean. So that has to be brought back. And it's not good, a good policy to depend on our friends and it's unacceptable because we have so much China. And hopefully as this settles down and the different countries, every manufacturer has the essentials that outsources to China should be able to go back into production here in the middle of the U.S. within 2 to 3 days, and we should have enough of these supplies. Okay, I think this is everything I wanted to talk about. Would appreciate it again if you could subscribe to my site or give me the like button. Until then, we'll see you again next time.